The death of a pope marks a significant moment for the Catholic Church. It is a time when the faithful around the world come together in shared grief and reflection. The passing of the pope is not just the loss of a religious leader, but the end of an era that has shaped the lives of millions. It signals the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. The Vatican flag at half-mast is a solemn reminder of the transition that is about to take place. As day turns to night, the faithful gather in prayer, seeking solace and strength. Upon the death of the Pope, the Church enters a period of mourning and transition. This period is marked by deep sorrow and a sense of loss, but also by hope and anticipation for the future. The faithful light candles, a symbol of their prayers and hopes for the soul of the departed Pope. This period, known as the sede vacante, Latin for empty seat, is a time for reflection, prayer, and preparation for the selection of a new spiritual leader. The clergy, in their solemn processions, lead the faithful in prayers, guiding them through this time of transition. The world mourns the loss of a figure who, for many, represents a beacon of faith and moral guidance. News of the Pope's death spreads quickly, and people from all walks of life express their sorrow and pay their respects. The global media captures these moments, broadcasting the collective grief and the profound impact of the Pope's passing. Catholics worldwide participate in special masses and prayers for the repose of the Pope's soul. These masses are a time for the faithful to come together, to find comfort in their shared faith, and to pray for the guidance of the Holy Spirit in the selection of the new Pope. Simultaneously, within the Vatican, ancient rituals and protocols are set in motion. These rituals, steeped in centuries of tradition, ensure that the transition of power is smooth and orderly. The cardinals gather, each one aware of the gravity of the task before them. This ensures a smooth transition of power and the continuity of the Church's mission. The administrative offices of the Vatican work tirelessly to maintain the operations of the Church, even in this time of mourning and transition. The passing of a pope is a poignant reminder of the mortality of even the most influential figures. It is a time for the faithful to reflect on the legacy of the Pope and the impact he had on their lives. The sight of the Pope's casket being carried is a powerful image, one that evokes deep emotions and a sense of loss. It also underscores the enduring nature of the Church itself. The Church has weathered many transitions over the centuries, and each time it emerges stronger, guided by its faith and traditions. The historical images of past popes serve as a reminder of the continuity and resilience of the Church. As one papacy ends, the Church, in its wisdom and tradition, prepares for the emergence of new leadership to guide it into the future. The Conclave of Cardinals is a time-honored tradition, one that ensures the selection of a new pope who will lead the Church with wisdom and compassion. The world watches and waits as the ancient rituals unfold, marking the end of an era and the anticipation of a new chapter in the Catholic Church's long and storied history. The media, ever present, captures every moment, broadcasting the events to a global audience. The anticipation is palpable as the cardinals enter the Sistine Chapel, ready to elect the new pope. The world holds its breath. In this moment of silence and anticipation, the faithful and the curious alike wait for the announcement of the new pope, a leader who will guide the Church into its next chapter. The formal process begins with the confirmation of the pope's death. This solemn duty falls upon the Camerlengo, a senior cardinal appointed by the pope to manage the affairs of the Holy See during the Camerlengo, in the presence of other officials, performs a time-honored ritual. He gently taps the Pope's forehead 3 times, calling out his baptismal name. The absence of a response confirms the Pope's passing. The Camerlengo then takes possession of the ring of the fisherman, the Pope's official ring, and breaks it. This act symbolizes the end of the Pope's reign. It also prevents the misuse of the papal seal during the interregnum. The Camerlengo then makes official announcements, informing the College of Cardinals and the world of the Pope's death. The bells of St. Peter's Basilica toll solemnly, signaling the news to the city of Rome and beyond. Flags are lowered to half-mast, and a period of official mourning begins. These initial actions, steeped in tradition and symbolism, mark the beginning of They set in motion the process of transition and pave the way for the election of a new pope. News of the Pope's passing reverberates across the globe. Millions of Catholics, and indeed people of all faiths, enter a period of mourning. Churches hold special masses and rosaries are recited for the deceased pontiff. World leaders offer condolences, recognizing the Pope's spiritual leadership and influence on the world stage. Within the Vatican, preparations are underway for the funeral of the Pope. His body, dressed in papal vestments, lies in state in St. Peter's Basilica, allowing the faithful to pay their respects. Cardinals from around the world begin to arrive in Rome, called together for the conclave, the sacred gathering where they will elect the next pope. The 9-day mourning period, known as, is observed. This tradition allows for a time of reflection and prayer for the soul of the departed pope, as well as for guidance in the upcoming election. The atmosphere in Rome is one of both sorrow and anticipation. The world watches as the ancient city prepares for a transition of power, a sacred event that will shape the future of the Catholic Church. The weight of history and tradition hangs heavy in the air. Section 4. The Sacred College gathers. Cardinals converge on Rome. Cardinals, often referred to as princes of the Church, hold a unique position within the Catholic hierarchy. These men, chosen for their deep faith, wisdom, and dedication, are entrusted with responsibilities that extend far beyond their local dioceses. They are the Pope's closest collaborators, providing counsel on matters of doctrine, governance, and pastoral care. They serve as trusted advisors to the Pope and play a vital role in governing the Church. Their influence is felt in every corner of the Catholic world, as they help shape the direction of the Church's mission and its response to contemporary challenges. However, their most crucial responsibility comes into sharp focus upon the death of a pope, electing his successor. This solemn duty, steeped in centuries of tradition, is both a privilege and a heavy burden, as the future of the Church rests in their hands. As the official mourning period concludes, cardinals from every corner of the globe converge on Rome. They arrive from bustling cities and remote villages, each bringing with them the hopes and prayers of the faithful they represent. Having journeyed from diverse cultures and continents, they set aside their differences, united by their shared faith and the solemn task before them. This gathering is a testament to the universality of the Catholic Church, a global community bound together by a common belief and purpose. They gather not as individuals representing specific geographical areas, but as one body, the Sacred College of Cardinals, entrusted with the sacred duty of choosing the next successor to St. Peter. This unity is a powerful symbol of the Church's continuity and its commitment to preserving its spiritual heritage. Their arrival in Rome is a spectacle that captures global attention. Pilgrims and tourists alike flock to the Eternal City, hoping to catch a glimpse of the cardinals and to be part of this historic moment. News cameras capture images of these men, clad in their distinctive crimson robes, a visual reminder of the gravity of the event unfolding. The media coverage underscores the significance of the conclave as the world watches with bated breath. The world watches, recognizing that these are not merely men gathering for a meeting. They are the stewards of a 2,000-year-old institution, entrusted with a decision of immense spiritual and global consequence. The weight of history and the expectations of millions rest upon their shoulders. The world holds its breath as the conclave draws near, a sacred event shrouded in centuries of tradition and ritual, where the future of the Catholic Church hangs in the balance. Within the hallowed walls of the Sistine Chapel, the cardinals will seek divine guidance, praying for wisdom and unity as they fulfill their most solemn duty. Section 5. The conclave begins. Secrecy and spiritual discernment. The conclave, the process of electing a new pope, is steeped in tradition and shrouded in secrecy. This ancient ritual, dating back centuries, is one of the most solemn and significant events in the Catholic Church. It is a time when the cardinals, the highest-ranking officials in the Church, come together to seek divine guidance in choosing the next leader of the world's 1.3 billion Catholics. The word itself comes from the Latin cum clave, meaning with a key, signifying the locked doors behind which the cardinals deliberate. This term underscores the importance of confidentiality and the gravity of the decisions being made. The locked doors symbolize the separation from the outside world, allowing the cardinals to focus entirely on their sacred task. The cardinals, having prepared spiritually through prayer and reflection, process into the Sistine Chapel, their temporary home until a new pope is chosen. This procession is a deeply symbolic act, representing their journey from the secular world into a space of divine contemplation. Each step they take is a step closer to fulfilling their spiritual duty. Once the doors are sealed, the cardinals take an oath of secrecy, vowing not to reveal any details of the proceedings to the outside world. This oath is a solemn promise, a commitment to uphold the integrity of the conclave. It ensures that the deliberations remain confidential, free from external influences and pressures. This vow of silence is taken very seriously, ensuring that the cardinals can deliberate freely, guided by the Holy Spirit. The atmosphere inside the Sistine Chapel is one of profound reverence and contemplation. The cardinals engage in deep prayer and reflection, seeking divine wisdom to guide their decision-making process. The conclave is not a political campaign. It is a period of intense spiritual discernment. The cardinals are not lobbying for votes or engaging in debates. Instead, they are seeking to understand God's will, to discern who among them is best suited to lead the church in these challenging times. The cardinals are cut off from the outside world. No phones, no internet, no newspapers. This isolation is crucial, as it allows them to focus entirely on their spiritual task without distractions. It is a time of introspection and communion with God, free from the noise and chaos of the outside world. Their only communication with the outside world is through a special phone line for emergencies. This limited contact ensures that they remain focused on their sacred duty, while still being able to respond to urgent matters if necessary. This isolation allows them to focus solely on the task at hand, discerning who among them God has chosen to lead the church. The weight of this responsibility is immense, and the cardinals approach it with the utmost seriousness and dedication. Inside the Sistine Chapel, beneath Michelangelo's breathtaking frescoes, the cardinals prepare to cast their votes, a sacred responsibility that will shape the future of the Catholic Church. Each vote is cast with prayerful consideration, as the cardinals seek to discern the candidate who embodies the qualities needed to lead the Church. The world waits with bated breath. Outside the Vatican, the faithful gather in St. Peter's Square, their eyes fixed on the chimney that will signal the election of the new pope. The anticipation is palpable as millions around the globe join in prayer, hoping for a leader who will guide the church with wisdom and compassion.